This evening, first, a major announcement from the President. Every Guyanese aged 18 and older is set to receive a $100,000 cash grant after Budget 2026, as President Irfaan Ali unveils sweeping plans to raise living standards, boost family support, and expand social assistance. Plus, dangerous driving meets digital justice. 3 minibus drivers fined nearly $200,000 as Guyana's new Safe Road Intelligence System catches illegal third-lane driving on camera, and authorities warn this is only the beginning. Also, a lawsuit with international implications. The president's mother files a multi-million-dollar defamation case in Canada, targeting Meta and online commentator Melly Mel, raising fresh questions about social media accountability and reputational harm. And holiday travel ramps up. More ferry trips, bigger vessels, and added capacity as government moves to keep Christmas traffic flowing, with Wi-Fi on ferries coming next year. And abroad, U.S. President Donald Trump says he inherited a mess as concerns grow over American economy and new polls show slipping public support. Those stories and more straight ahead. Stay with us. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for December 18th, 2025. I'm Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, tonight, a major announcement from President Irfaan Ali. Members of the Guyana Discipline Services will receive a 1-month tax-free bonus as part of the government's ongoing efforts to recognize their service. The commander of the armed forces was at the time delivering an address at the Ghana Defense Forces annual Christmas luncheon hosted at Camp Stevenson, where he thanked the servicemen and women for their dedication and efforts throughout the year in protecting the nation's sovereignty. Here's a highlight from the president's address.
As your Commander-in-Chief, I am now pleased to announce that a 1-month tax-free bonus will once again be paid to our disciplined forces, placing an additional $2.1 billion of disposable income in the hands of more than 13,000 members of the disciplined services.
In other news, after months of anticipation, President Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali has confirmed that a $100,000 cash grant will be available to every Guyanese aged 18 and older following the presentation of the 2026 national budget. In an announcement on Wednesday, the president revealed that the government will allocate the funds in the 2026 national budget to provide a $100,000 cash grant to every Guyanese aged 18 and older. Speaking from the Arthur Chung Conference Center, the president outlined his administration's economic and social agenda for the next 5 years, pledging that additional cash grants will be rolled out throughout the term. To ensure every Guyanese lives with dignity and comfort, direct assistance will also be provided to households to help build and upgrade homes, the president added. He further announced a significant increase in the Because We Care cash grant, raising support for parents of school-going children to $100,000 per year. The president also outlined several fiscal and economic measures. These initiatives, he said, forms part of the government's broader plan to promote economic growth, support families, and enhance social welfare while encouraging investments in key sectors of the economy. President Ali emphasized that the 2026 budget reflects the administration's commitment to improving the standards of living for all Guyanese while fostering inclusive development across urban and rural communities. Moving on, the government, through the National Data Management Authority, in collaboration with the Guyana Police Force and the Safe Road Intelligence System, SRIS, has strengthened road safety enforcement, resulting in 3 minibus drivers being charged and fined $190,000 for illegal third-lane driving. Since the introduction of SRIS monitoring last week, video evidence has captured the drivers committing dangerous driving offenses. Stephen Welsh of Annandale was fined $120,000 for 3 counts of dangerous driving. Trenton Europe of Enmore received a $40,000 fine for 1 offense, and Lakram Omro of Sisters Village was fined $30,000 for dangerous driving at Georgetown Magistrates Court. 9 additional drivers flagged by SRIS failed to appear in court, prompting issuance of summonses for hearings scheduled for February 13, 2026. Traffic Chief Assistant Commissioner Mahendra Singh emphasized the era of dangerous driving going unnoticed is over. Drivers who choose to break the law should expect consequences. The Ghana Police Force confirmed that more cases identified via SRIS are being prepared for court proceedings, and additional resources are being deployed to ensure offenders are prosecuted promptly. Authorities says SRIS system has proven effective in remotely monitoring high-risk drivers, providing evidence for prosecution, and enhancing road safety. Motorists are warned that unlawful and dangerous driving detected through SRIS will continue to be pursued without exception. The government reaffirmed its commitment to protecting lives on the road through consistent technology-driven enforcement measures. Stick around when we return. Government expands ferry services ahead of Christmas rush, and President Ali's mother sues Facebook and Melly Mel for multi-million-dollar defamation.
The most wonderful time of the year, and we're celebrating with big savings on smartphones, starting as low as $16,500 for the Samsung A06 and $26,500 for the Samsung A16 and $40,500 for the A26. But wait, there's more. Get 1 month free data with your new phone to keep you close to loved ones near and far. Offer available while stocks last. Visit a Digicel store today and unwrap the gift of real connections. Digicel.
See clearly with the gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Common smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Check us out at Decor and Gift Gallery this Christmas holiday for all your shopping needs. We are located at 47 Craig and Sheriff Street, Campbellville, Georgetown.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road, Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. The mother of Ghana's President Irfaan Ali, Bibi Sherman Nishol Ali, has launched a high-profile defamation lawsuit in Canada targeting social media giant Meta and prominent Guyanese online personality Melissa Ann Atwell-Holder, also known as Melly Mel. The lawsuit filed by attorney Selwyn Piter arises from Facebook posts name-calling Mrs. Ali and allegedly linking her to corruption involving her son. The filing alleges the statements were reckless and defamatory, causing reputational damage, emotional distress, and psychological harm. Mrs. Ali, a Canadian citizen residing in Ontario, is seeking $5 million in general, aggravated, and punitive damages, along with special damages to be determined at trial. She is also requesting a court declaration that the posts were defamatory and removal of all copies, and interim and permanent injunctions preventing further publications. Court documents note that Mrs. Ali is a respected educator who served in multiple institutions in Guyana and was principal of Brook Elementary School, where she also sits on the school board, retiring in 2022. She is also a prominent member of the Guyanese Canadian community. The lawsuit claims that Atwell-Holder, who runs Facebook pages with nearly 89,000 followers, published posts based on allegations made by a businessman in a televised interview, despite having never met or interacted with Mrs. Ali. Meta Platform is also accused of allegedly facilitating the widespread republication of content without proper oversight. Mrs. Ali's legal team emphasized that the posts caused significant stress and anxiety, highlighting her decades of service and reputation. The case underscores ongoing concerns about social media accountability and global platforms' responsibility to prevent defamation and misinformation. In other news, with Christmas travel set to peak, the government is increasing ferry trips and deploying additional vessels to ease passenger and cargo congestion nationwide. Joe Jarvis has details on the expanded holiday ferry schedule.
The government is increasing ferry trips and expanding vessel capacity to manage the surging passenger and cargo traffic during the Christmas season, particularly on high-demand routes. In a statement posted on the Ministry of Public Works social media page, ETEL said ferry services on major routes will be expanded from 1 trip daily or 2 trips, allowing more passengers, vehicles, and supplies to be transported during the busy holiday period. It will be done in a touch-and-go manner, the minister said. Persons who desire to get their goods, materials, and supplies in for Christmas, please track the transport website, because once the boat gets in and offloads, it will reload and come down. Additional vessels will also be deployed to support hinterland and riverine communities. MV Malali and MV Makuria will assist with transporting supplies to and from the islands of Wakenham and Legwan, ensuring continuity of service during the peak travel period. The new MV RS-4 is expected to join the fleet by Friday at the latest, providing added capacity for routes serving areas such as Bartica. According to the minister, the MV RS-4 significantly increases vehicle capacity, carrying almost twice as many vehicles as any of those other boats. Looking beyond the holiday season, ETEL said improvements aimed at enhancing passenger comfort are planned for next year, including internet connectivity on board ferries. By early next year, at the latest, all of the vessels will offer Wi-Fi access for passengers and crew, using either Starlink or Wi-Fi GY, the minister added. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jervis.
Thanks, Dale. Ghana's crude oil production continues to surge, positioning the small South American nation as one of the fastest growing contributors to global energy supplies and reshaping oil markets across the region. Driven by rapid offshore development in the Stabroek Block, Ghana's daily oil output climbed above 900,000 barrels per day in late 2025, a remarkable increase just 6 years after first commercial production. Energy analysts project that output could surpass 1 million barrels per day by 2027 as additional projects come online. The Stabroek Block, operated by ExxonMobil in partnership with Hess and CNOOC, remains at the center of Ghana's oil expansion. In 2025, the fourth floating production, storage, and offloading vessel, One Guyana, began operation at the Yellowtail development, adding approximately 250,000 barrels per day of new capacity and strengthening Ghana's position as a major non-OPEC producer. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, Ghana's oil production has increased nearly tenfold since 2020, ranking among the fastest growing globally. Upcoming developments including the Aru and Whiptail projects, are expected to add hundreds of thousands of barrels per day in the coming years. The oil boom has had a significant impact on Guyana's economy. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, Guyana's oil production has increased nearly tenfold since 2020, ranking among the fastest growing globally. Upcoming developments, including the Aru and Whiptail projects, are expected to add hundreds of thousands of barrels per day in the coming years. The oil boom has had a significant impact on Guyana's economy. Government figures show that oil output and exports help drive GDP growth to one of the highest rates nation worldwide. Don't go away after the break. Taiwan launches civil defense update amid rising Chinese military threat, and flying cars take off in China as state backs low-altitude air travel.
This Christmas runs on real connections with Digicel. The calls, the laughter, the joy, and the chance to pick and win big. We're giving away $12 million. Yes, every week, one lucky Digicel customer gets a chance to win up to $2 million. 6 lucky winners in total. Here's how you get in. Top up with $1,000 or more, or pay your fiber or postpaid bill in full. The more you top up, the more chances you get. Stay connected this Christmas for your chance to win big. Digicel.
Check us out at Decor and Gift Gallery this Christmas holiday for all your shopping needs. We are located at 47 Craig and Sheriff Street, Campbellville, Georgetown.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for doing surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Common smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world.
Good evening, I'm Dominic Gittins. Tonight, Trinidad and Tobago reject claims of involvement in any US-led blockade of Venezuela. President Trump defends his record as poll numbers slip. Taiwan updates its civil defense plans. And China moves closer to making flying cars a reality. We begin in Trinidad and Tobago. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar says Trinidad and Tobago is not involved in any US-led blockade of Venezuela and has received no request for assistance. She stressed national safety and solidarity with Venezuela amid heightened US military activity, saying cooperation with Washington remained focused solely on combating crime and trafficking. I inherited a mess and I am fixing it. That was the message from US President Donald Trump in an address to Americans on Thursday. Trump's speech focused on domestic issues, and many people in the US are worried about the economy. Many polls show the president's popularity is slipping. Al Jazeera Kimberly Halkett reports.
Good evening, America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it.
Speaking from the diplomatic room of the White House, Donald Trump blamed his predecessor, President Joe Biden, and immigrants for many of the struggles Americans face.
Really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American people. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists.
But Trump says he's turned things around.
Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22%, and in many states, 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now, under our leadership, they are all coming down.
Trump credits his tariff policies for fixing it.
The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly.
But Trump's tariffs have also spiked the price of some goods, like coffee and beef. Still, Trump says tariffs are bringing so much money back to the United States, he's sharing it with some of his most ardent supporters, military families.
In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776.
Still, recent polls show a majority of Americans disapprove of Trump's economy. His message, be patient.
I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast.
Believing Donald Trump is his own best messenger, the White House is increasing the president's domestic travel. On Friday, he'll visit the state of Virginia to promote his economic agenda and boost public support for his policies. Kimberly Halkett, Al Jazeera, the White House.
The Taiwanese government has embarked on a program to update its civil defense advice. The self-governing island faces increasing threats of possible military action by China. Al Jazeera Rob McBride reports.
Changing of the guard at one of Taipei's best-known landmarks. A must-see for tourists and Taiwanese alike. But coming at the end of a year that has seen renewed military threats from China, creating mixed feelings about relations with its far mightier neighbor.
I'm positive because we are of the same blood. We are all Chinese.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think things will improve.
Analysts have predicted that China will have the military strength within the next 2 years to defeat the island. China regards Taiwan as a renegade province that it's promised to take control of one day by force if necessary. It's not known whether that means Beijing is willing to use military aggression in the near future or whether it's embarked on a more subtle long game of winning over the Taiwanese. Authorities here have renewed their warnings about excursions to the mainland, programs subsidized by the Chinese government, and aimed especially at younger Taiwanese from the island's colleges. Professor Shen Shuhua has studied the risks such trips pose in influencing younger, impressionable minds.
When they go there, they usually take them to stay in good hotel, like I say, go to these museums, go to the well-known Chinese companies. So they usually get a great impression about China. It's have the long, great history.
Concerns about what the coming year will bring have been heightened by US President Donald Trump's planned visit to Beijing, leading to doubts about support from a traditional ally. And recent military drills, which appear to be rehearsing for a possible siege of the island. It comes as Taiwan has updated civil defense advice distributed to all households, promoted by a leading advocate for continued vigilance of Beijing's actions.
Right now, they are trying to using military threats to seek if there's an opportunity for Taiwan surrender. That is the best scenario for the Chinese Communist Party because they don't have to take on any risk of military invasion.
Looking ahead to the new year with increasing anxiety while making preparations should Taiwan's worst fears be realized. Rob McBride, Al Jazeera, Taipei.
For most people, the idea of getting around on a flying car seems possible only in the distant future. But in China, that reality may not be so far away.
The government is encouraging the growth of what it calls the low-altitude economy, aircraft that fly below 1,000 meters. This Yihang electric vehicle is the first in the world to be certified by a national aviation authority for commercial use.
With the gradual popularization of low-altitude flights, this type of air taxi will become widespread. It will become a daily mode of transportation, a lifestyle to enjoy.
It takes off and lands vertically, no runway required. And in this case, no pilot. That means I can try it myself. The interior is simple, 2 seats and a navigation screen. The route is pre-programmed. In case of emergency, there's a button I can press to communicate with the operators on the ground, and a small fire extinguisher. But before I could ask about a parachute,
Here we go!
I was off.
Oh, we're going up. Going up. I'm not gonna look down. Am I gonna look down? Ah!
This air taxi can travel at speeds of up to 90 kilometers an hour for 130 kilometers. It's quite a view, but a little unnerving not having controls. The company says automation reduces accidents caused by human error. But if you prefer to drive,
I'll try to teach you how to fly this in less than a minute.
there are other options. The firm AirRidge is waiting for regulatory approval for its land aircraft carrier, which can be automated or controlled using a driving stick. The flying vehicle is stored and transported inside this van, the ground unit.
You can store it in your own personal parking space. You can drive it with your own personal passenger driving license to, say, some scenic sites, and you can charge it, use this ground unit to charge the aircraft for up to 6 times, so you can fly freely without worrying about the infrastructure.
And the cost? One of these will set you back $300,000 to $400,000. So far, Yihang's biggest customers are tourism companies and governments using them for policing and firefighting. But experts say this is just the beginning. As long as you can conquer your fear of heights, the sky's the limit. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera, Hefei, China.
We did it! I did it!
Thanks, Dominique. This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's it to be True Headline News for this Thursday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. for rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourselves and each other.